Hi, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Live with Lisa. I am so glad that you are here with me tonight. While I'm giving you a couple seconds to get on, I am going to fire up my iPad so that I can actually see what you see and I can catch your comments. This will give you a couple seconds to get on with me. I just want to make sure that I'm live when you're live at the same time. There is about a 10-second delay between when I'm actually talking and you're hearing it and vice versa. Hi, Sherry. I see that you're on with us. Welcome. Hi, Norma. I'm so glad that you're here. I am trying to get my iPad going so I can see you guys' comments. Hi, Kathy. That probably didn't make very good grammatical sense, did it? All right, I'm waiting for it to come up here on my screen. Hold on. Here we are. All right, I'm there so I can see your comments. Hi, Tina. Hi, Alice. I'm so glad that you guys are here with me. So exciting. Okay, I'm just pulling your comments here on my screen. Hi, Pam. Let me set that down really quick. There we go. How's everybody tonight? I'm going to give you guys just under a minute to kind of get on. I hate starting too soon. Then some people are like, oh, you didn't give me a chance to get on. So I want to give you a chance to get on. It was another beautiful day here in Florida. Hi, Ruby. I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, Kathy from Georgia. You know, I love when you guys say where you're watching from. Oftentimes you'll find that there's somebody close to you and you can make a new pal on Facebook. Great day here in Florida. Beautiful mid 80-degree weather, no humidity. It's our favorite. Super glad that you guys are here with me. Listen, if this is your first time with Live with Lisa, I just want to go over a couple things with you. First of all, I want to mention that 10-second delay again. There's about a 10-second delay between when I'm speaking and when you're actually hearing it, as well as when you're typing and I'm actually seeing it. So please be cognizant of that. If you are asking a question, sometimes the messages scroll so quickly I can skip them and miss them. It's not intentional. That's why I have my iPad, so I try to catch what I can. I'm kind of hoping my mom's going to hop on. For those of you that don't know her, her name will come up as Fortune Burke. She is my virtual Facebook Live assistant, and she kind of chimes in and catches things for me in case I miss them. I was trying to catch some of your comments. Hold on, I gotta scroll back. Normal, I'm so excited to watch you again. Trying to decide on my gift. Big decision. Yeah, it is a big decision, isn't it? Hi, Karen. I'm scrolling, trying to miss some of you. New York. I love seeing where you're from. Hi, Casilda. I'm glad that you're here. It's so wonderful to see so many from all over the place. All right. You're going to want to hang with me to the very end tonight because I've got lots of other stuff to share with you, including some upcoming promotion details. And I have the next card making kit to share with you as well. So I'm really excited that you're here. All right, I always like to kick off Live with Lisa by telling you that this is a very informal environment. I want it to feel like you're actually right here in the stamp studio with me. So the conversation is much different than it is on YouTube when I'm there. Going to be a lot more interaction. Hi, Linda. A lot more casual talk. So if I'm seem like I'm just kind of fun and crazy, that's because that's typically how I am. But stamping is what I'm passionate about, and thank you all for letting me do that with you. All right, the first thing I want to do is I want to give away our first prize per toe. There is Mom. I see her. Fortune Burke is my mom and my virtual Facebook Live assistant. Hi, Mom. Glad you've chimed in. We always say my grandmother had an amazing sense of humor by naming her Fortune. And for those of you that are Italian, you may know the Italian derivative is Fortunata, which is way more common in Italy than fortune is in the United States. All right, so everybody say hi to Mom. I am supposed to have a special guest for you around 8:45 p.m. So don't go away. I hope that you guys will enjoy that little visit that we've got scheduled. All right, first prize patrol. I'm going to dig in and pull out a prize. Let's see what I've got here. I've got the dot-to-dot embossing folder. I'm going to give that to a lucky winner. Now I'm going to change things up about how we're going to do this. You guys know, if you've been here before, that I usually put all your names inside the tin. And you know what? I was tired of chopping up little slivers, pieces of paper. So I decided to change things up just as the same way that I do it with my team. So I wanted to, oh, Deborah says she likes your name, Mom. She likes the name Fortune. So what I did is I took all of your names on a piece of paper and they were assigned a number to them. And then what Google did is it chose 4 random numbers to be the winners of tonight's prizes. I do not know who the winners are, which means even though I wrote the number down on a ticket, I didn't match them up. So I'm going to be just as surprised as you are. It's going to make it a lot easier and a lot faster because I like giving away good stuff. All right, so we've got the dot-to-dot embossing folder. All right, I'm shaking up those 4 numbers. I'm just going to dig in. I'm going to pull out the first one. And the first number is 43. I think it's backwards here on Facebook. That's a Facebook thing. And I'm looking at my list, and I'm going over here. Number 43 at the very bottom, Kathy Beaver. Congratulations. You're the winner of the embossing folder. Yay, Kathy. I'm going to send this off to you. If for some reason you have the prize that I'm giving away, please gift it to a stamping friend. I don't know a friend who doesn't love a free gift, right? So there you go, Kathy. I'm going to stick that in the mail to you. I'm going to put your names off to the side, and we will be giving away a lot more. I'm going to jump in with the very first demonstration. So I'm going to turn the camera down. Here we go. I love how you guys congratulate each other when somebody wins. Such great camaraderie. I love that. I'm turning on my fancy light. Give you a little bit more light there so you can see a little bit better. Just want to resituate things. Okay, let me grab my pieces of paper and bring those in a little bit closer within my reach. We are going to be using the Broadway Birthday. Absolutely love this product. I'm having so much fun with this. I'm telling you what, these solid words and images can be mixed and matched to make all kinds of great cards, especially even for guys because they're not too feminine. Keep in mind that I have a total of 4 projects to share with you. You will get the photographs and the tutorials for each of those 4 projects right here on this Facebook page when we are done. I'm going to demo one of them. All right, so this is what I'm going to be using. Let me grab my paper. I've got a small scrap here of Whisper White cardstock. I just realized I didn't bring out a grid sheet. Hold on one second. I told you it was going to be super casual like you were here. I'm going to bring these in. I love these 7x7 grid sheets. These are nice and small, especially because I work in a really tight area. If you're stamping with friends, this is a great thing to take with you when you're over to their houses because it just doesn't take up a whole lot of table space. We do sell the 18x18 pads, which I love, and those are my workhorse grid sheets when I'm doing a bunch of designing. All right, we're going to do some stamping first, and I have decided to use the Lemon Lime Twist for this one. And you guys know this is a retiring in color. So if you want this or you want the ink refill or the coordinating products that go with it, you're going to want to order them soon. As we near the end of the retirement list, which is at the end of May, these items are going to start to sell out very, very quickly. So on here, I'm going to start with the circle from that stamp set. The one reason I absolutely love this is not only is this going to make a balloon, it's also going to make a great polka dot background. So keep in mind that you should always look at the images in your stamp sets to be able to use for backgrounds on other cards. So this is a very versatile image. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. I'm going to travel because like you, I gravitate to the center and I know there's ink all over the place. I'm going to stamp one here. And I'm going to ink it up again. Hi, Andrea. I saw that you joined us. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to overlap this one slightly, and I'm going to put that one here. All right, so now we've got our 2 circles. I'm going to go ahead and put that right off there for a second. You know what? While I'm at it, let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up one more time. I'm going to stamp one more, and I'm going to stamp that on a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock. All right, now I'm going to switch. I'm going to close this up because those of you that know me know that an open ink pad on my stamp table is just like a recipe for disaster. Inside that same stamp set, that's where everything is coming from, there's like a stem with a bow on it for the edge of the balloon. Now, this is the scrap, so I'm going to stamp that here as well. We're going to come back to that in just a minute. Over here, we're going to go ahead and turn these into balloons. And because it's photopolymer, watch me say this and mess it up, right? I'm going to be able to see pretty much where I'm going. Well, that was pretty good. Let's see if I can do it again. My head's far away, and the older I get, the closer my head has to be to the table. Hi, Jean. I'm glad that you're here. Welcome. Hi, Julia. I was trying to catch as many names as I can. All right, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to squeeze in the greeting. Let's see, did Lisa leave room? Yeah, I think I did. Let's try. Memento ink is my black ink pad of choice. I'm going to try not to get my head in the camera, but I need to get my head down low. Let's try this down here. Oh, it's not going to fit. I got to move it over. You know, I don't care how many times you make the same card. Sometimes you got to tweak the layout, don't you? Sometimes you have to move things up or move things down. Have you guys ever noticed that when you make repetitive stamps, stamped cards, that even though you have balloons here and you're doing the next piece, that sometimes you've got to manipulate things. Just as a tip, stamp off all that excess ink on your scratch paper. That's going to keep your Stampin' Chamois or your Stampin' Scrub cleaner a lot longer. I'll tell you what, I make lots fewer trips to rinse that out because I do just that. All right, so there's that square. I'm going to set that scrap off to the side. I've got a piece of basic black cardstock here that I'm going to line this with. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add adhesive in my four corners. And then I'm going to layer this. This is just an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Remember, I've got all the cutting dimensions in the tutorials for you. Remember this piece here? We're going to die cut this. Are you guys all ready for a funny laugh? How many of you watched me live on YouTube the other night and I forgot to put the darn hat that I cut out on the beach chair? Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, that thing was small and I completely forgot where it was and I forgot to attach it. And Mom was trying to catch me and so was Megan, and I totally messed up. Hi Mary Lou, I'm glad that you're here. The great thing about this bundle is that there are dies for everything. So there's one for the balloon and there's also one for the stem. Now I'm going to tell you what, you can see that mine's slipping because of the metallic platform, which I do like to help hold them in place. And that happens simply because these are going to bow after a while. So make sure that you're switching your mats around one way or the other so that they don't have that curvature. The more curved they are, the harder it is to make contact. So I've got my little Post-it note flag things here. I love these things. And I am going to go ahead and line that up to the best of my ability, and I'm going to tack that in place. And then I've got one more here, and I'm going to do the same thing. My intention was to stamp these far enough apart that I would be able to die cut them both at the same time on the same piece of paper, just passing it through the Big Shot just once. Covering that up, and then we will crank that through. Patty is saying, I watched that video and wondered where the hat went. Oh my gosh. You know, you guys think that I'm perfect. I am so not. You know, one thing when you watch live, you get to watch all my mistakes. I was like, that hat was so little. I put it off on the side in my tray, completely forgot about it. And you want to know what's really crazy? Before I'm live, I actually make the card that I share with you several times to try to make sure that I've got all the little kinks ironed out so that it looks, you know, virtually flawless. Of course, I'm not perfect, but I want it to be a good watching experience. Well, I totally blew that. If I had a nickel for every comment saying, where's the hat? Where's the hat? I could be a rich woman. So there you go. I am going to attach this now to make this more like a balloon, and a glue dot is the easiest way. So I'm going to peel back one of the glue dots here. I know those are difficult to see here in the video because, you know, they're clear. But I'm going to press that in place, and I'm just going to carefully lift. And then I'm going to position that right on top of here like so. All right. Love that silicone craft sheet. If you guys don't have that, invest in it. You will love it. It is wonderful for keeping your surface clean. I'm going to set that off to the side. You guys, don't let me forget about this. Oh my goodness. I've got some designer series paper here that's from that exact same suite of products. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mount these on black panels as well, just like we did with the image. So let me scoot that over and look at that. It's got gold paper on one side. Love this Broadway birthday suite of products. Just beautiful. Now, you know these designer papers are retiring. So if you fall in love with them like I have, make sure you get them before they were gone. The accessories always sell out first. There are things that are already gone. What you see left in the online store is what there is. Some of you have been asking, wow, they're going a little slower than you had thought. And you know what? I'm surprised too. All right, so there we go. We've got some panels. I didn't forget it. It's right there. You guys are going to remind me. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work on this layer. I'm going to put these two panels in a very interesting position. We're going to come up with a different layout tonight. I'm going to lay one here. I'm going to lay one here. See all that dead space up there? That's exactly what I'm looking for. You know, sometimes the hardest thing about making a card is coming up with something different, isn't it? So I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to add my adhesive to the back. And then here, I'm going to work near the bottom. I'm going to leave a small margin of the white cardstock here, small margin on the ends, and I'll tack that in place. Same thing here now with this one. My iPad is scrolling and scrolling. Andrea says, me too, ordered lots of them. Oh, okay, good. You got some accessories off the retired list. That's good. You will not be sorry, especially if you've got the coordinating products. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on a base of basic black cardstock. I did score it before you joined me. I'm going to fold that in half. I'm going to come in here with my bone folder for that nice crisp edge. And then this is going to go on top of here. Real simple color palette, but isn't it nice and classy? I love it because this is definitely a card you can make for the guys as well. So definitely not very feminine, which you know, as me, I like those feminine cards. But I love these bold colors. You know, black with anything is always very, very striking. So this is going to go here. I'm going to leave that small margin of black all the way around. All right, the next thing, Norma says she loves the silicone craft sheet. Isn't this thing the bomb? I'm telling you what, I love it. I just wish that we had come out with it years ago. Remember this panel? We're going to adhere this here. So let me grab my dimensionals. We're going to flip this over. I see it. I haven't forgotten about it this time. Who's giggling with me? I'm going to do one in each of the four corners. Don't skimp on these. Mom will tell you that if you receive these cards and they don't have sufficient balance on them, they come out like this after they go through the postage meter at the post office. They roll your envelopes through a postage meter. And if you don't have sufficient dimensionals, boy, your card comes out looking all kittywampus on the other side. All right, let me take off that other paper backing. And then this time, I'm going to center this between these panels. There we go. All right, so far so good, right? All right, that balloon, we're going to flip that over. I'm going to take two dimensionals and I'm going to butt them up right against each other because I want to make sure I cover that well. Because you know me, I love those things. This is kind of like my cheap thrill. My mom says so true, balance everything. That little balloon, let's give this some dimension. Let's pop this guy right up on top of here. It's not done. You know me. What is it missing? We got to have some bling. And you know what? These are retiring. And look at, can you tell how much I've loved them? There were 4 different colors on here. There's Blackberry Bliss. Is this mint? Yeah, I think it's mint macaron. I've used them all. This is the crisp cantaloupe. Am I right? Grapefruit Grove. I'm making up names that are old. Oh, geez. This is the problem with being a demonstrator for so many years. You remember names of products that retired a long time ago. Grapefruit Grove. And then here at the bottom are the black ones. And I don't know about you, but I find sometimes that the black ones, especially the larger ones, are the hardest ones to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 of these. Watch. And we're going to use up that dead space as a focal point. Are you ready? All right, let's make sure I get this where I want it. There's my pickup tool in action. How many of you have this pickup tool? I love, love, love this thing. There's another product I often wonder what I did without all those years. I was using my paper piercing tool. There we go. Simple, classy card. Really simple. This is one you can make lots and lots of. And you know what? It's a great way to use up your designer series paper scraps. The great thing about this layout is that it can be used for male or female, and you can change the colors. Oh, you guys like it. I'm so glad. Great. Thanks, Casilda. I appreciate that. All right, so here is the first project I made using the Broadway Birthday. And let me pull out the other samples. I've got those in an envelope here. All right, are you ready? Okay, this one is one of the narrow note cards with the envelopes. These are retiring as well. So I love these to go with a gift bag or to go with a gift card. Love, love, love these. These are retiring. Grab these before they go. I just stamped the words in 4 colors. Very, very, very simple. Something you can make bunches of. All right, and then I've got super fancy. I know you guys are fancy. Here we go. Look at this one. I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy. You know what? This is why we buy these pearls and rhinestones, right? We're going to use them. So just so that you're aware of this, there is a die for the word wish. Do you see the mirror image here? All I did was die cut it from the black. This is a die as well. Do you see it down here? And I just angled it just to make it fun. So I did the Mako up here. That's actually how it says, Maka. And then I did You Deserve It on the cardstock. And I just added a whole bunch of fun pearls to make it look like a marquee. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? I love that. All right. And then the last one. Here we go. I used that marquee frame that's part of the die. Here it is. And I just used it as a focal point around some very simple ice cream cones. And then this says, just celebrate you. Your tutorial is going to have all 4 of these cards with multiple pictures and all the cutting dimensions and the supplies and step-by-step instructions so that you can make these at home. I hope you guys like these. Oh, you guys like them. Pam says, ooh, I love them. Okay, great. Let me turn the camera around. It gives me a chance to kind of like see your comments face to face. Oh, you guys like it. She likes the balloon one best. Patty, the one that I did, right? Mom says they're all cute. I'm trying to catch the rest of your comments. They're kind of scrolling. Pam says, oh, love that one. Andrea says, cute and awesome. Really, really good. Chime in with your favorite. I love hearing which ones you like the best. All right, so let me stack these up over here. What do you guys say that we do another prize, okay? So let me grab something from my basket here. I have a package of the Whisper White cards and envelopes that are silver foiled. They're lined on the envelopes as well as the cards. I'm reading them now. You guys, you like them all? Tina says, I like them all, but you love the ice cream cones. Oh, Alice likes the wish. Thanks a bunch for all you do. Oh, you're so sweet. I love doing this. You guys kidding me? This isn't work. This is fun. All right, remember that tin? Here we go. There's numbers left in here. All right, I'm pulling out just one. And the number is 51. This is for the Silver Edge note cards and the Silver Edge envelopes. Number 51. Where's my list? Number 51. Mary Ann Lemke. Here you go, Mary Ann. Congratulations. You are the winner. Who said that? Deborah says, me, 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 me. You know what? You can order these. You can. I don't typically ever give away product that's retired. It may be retiring, but it's not retired. So I'll get those off to you, Mary Ann. Congratulations there. I'm going to put that in my prize pile. All right, let me clean up this mess a little bit, and then let's go on to the next demonstration, okay? Let me turn you down again. Look at you all congratulating her. That's awesome. I love to see that. All right, let me clean up this little mess I made here. And then what I'm going to do is switch out my ink pads and my little tote of stuff. I'm going to move my Big Shot too out of the way. Bear with me, friends. And bring in this next one and give myself a little bit more room. We are definitely going to need this for this next project. I dug deep for this idea, but I've been super, super, super happy with it, and I'm super excited to share it with you. All right. Before you joined me, I used the Layering Circles dies, and I used the largest one. If you're not familiar with this product, you're going to get all the cascading sizes of the circles as well as the scallops. Okay, this one just slipped a little bit. I love this for the value because this is not something you can fussy cut. I'm still reading your comments. I love them. Mary Lou says, love all three cards. My favorite is the balloon one. Well, I'm glad that I've appealed to you guys. That makes me so happy. I die cut a circle in a piece of cardstock. I have another piece of cardstock here. This one is a little bit smaller. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's a lot of white on white. I'm going to work upside down for this next step because I'm going to give you some tips about this. And it involves washi tape. This is the Pick a Pattern washi tape, and I'm not using it as washi tape. So I'm going to use it just to help me secure my card. I'm going to pull off two pieces. And here's a tip for you. When you're using it to secure stencils, or in this case, I made my stencil with a circle, and you want to make sure it doesn't rip your card, here's a crafting tip that I've known for years. Put it on your skin, preferably here where there's no hair because it doesn't hurt. But the oils and lotions from your skin will break down the adhesive just slightly. I actually do this with Scotch tape too. If I actually have to use Scotch tape on a wall, I'm afraid it might take off the paint. So you can see here I've got a small margin between that smaller piece and the larger piece. And it's probably not like perfect, but it's going to be close enough. So we're going to tack this down on both sides to hold this in place. You guys with me so far? So this really has no aesthetic purpose. It's just creating a function. This now has become my stencil onto the base. Andrea says she loves my tips. You guys are just so sweet. I need to be with you every single day. I've got some ink pads here. Let me pull them out and get them in order. And I got my daubers, and we're going to do some coloring, and I'm going to give you a bunch of tips along the way. This is definitely one that's a little bit more, you're going to have to watch and absorb, but I wanted to show you because if I don't show you, you really can't learn the best way to do this. So here we go. I am using Mango Melody, which by the way is one of my very favorite colors. When I first saw this, I couldn't decide if it was a yellow or an orange, and I thought, ooh, I don't like it. And that's kind of how I used to feel about Lemon Lime Twist. Go figure. I think this is quickly becoming my new favorite because it seems to go with a lot of colors. It goes with all the yellows, all the pinks, all the greens, all the blues, and certainly all the neutrals. So this is a great color. If you don't already have this, I'm going to entice you to buy it and give it a whirl. All right, I'm going to open this up, and I'm using my sponge daubers. Now, I do have a sponge dauber for every color, only because I do a ton of stamping. I bought the daubers, you know, they come in a package, and then I just used, labels. I cut labels up and put them around my finger, around here, just to put them on. I'm going to share this case with you. Watch me pull it off the shelf and everything falls down. I told you it was going to be just like you were here. I got this on Amazon. It does come with some daubers in it, but I really like the Stampin' Up! Daubers as well. And then what I did is I put them in alphabetical order. Now, I got a little lazy. I usually make like a little key in here to kind of show me which one is which. But since I know they're in alphabetical order and most of them have been inked, I'm able to find which one I'm looking for. Like, it's pretty obvious, like this is probably Bermuda Bay, right? So I love this, and it's super inexpensive. You can find it on Amazon. It's not something Stampin' Up! Sells. All right, here we go. Mango Melody, Mango Melody. The most important thing I can tell you about using your sponge dauber is not to be heavy-handed. If you have had a rough day, this is not a good project for you. That's all I'm going to say. Ink it up, load up your dauber, and then tap it off. You want to be able to control the color. Work in small swirl motions, and really, to be quite honest with you, less is more. You would rather layer on ink than put too much on at once, because then you can't control the coverage. And I'm doing a lot of talking and my mouth is getting dry. So bear with me if I sound pasty on my microphone. I've been using this cordless, or this, yeah, it's like a wireless mic. And I'm loving it because I know you can hear me better than just the microphone on my iPhone. I know a lot of you tell me that. So we're going to fill this. Now, this is where you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, is this going to take a while? No, not really. This is the layer that's going to take the longest, but I want to show you because I think it's really important for the end result. What you're looking to avoid is this. You don't want that circle. You don't want that dot. All right, so I'm going to kind of just do the same thing. I like to dauber off just to make sure it's not too strong and I can control the coverage. If you have an oops, don't worry, because this project is extremely forgiving when I'm done. All right, so here we go. I'm still going around and around. This is one of those TV projects. This is something you can definitely do while you're watching television. All right, so I'm going to kind of just go around there. Okay, you get the idea. This one's not going to be perfect because I don't want to keep you here longer than you may be painfully watching, right? I'm going to set that aside. I'm switching to pumpkin pie. Ideally, you would let this dry. Because what happens is if we've just laid down a lot of ink, and you can pick up some of that wet ink before laying down the next color. So you ended up kind of mudding it. I think it's going to be fine. I've got the ceiling fan on medium here. We're going to kind of speed things up. Separate dauber. Never, ever mix your daubers. If you don't label them, that's totally fine. Soap and water, just regular dish soap and water, and let them air dry. They will become stained because of the pigmentation. Don't let that scare you. Once they run clean and you test it, you can use it in any other color that you want. The craft white and the black, I never wash and I never share those with another color. But any of the others are fine. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up. Hi, Patty. I think I just saw you come in. And I'm going to tap that off again. And now we're going to go around the outside. So we're going to go round and round. I'm hoping that this is going to provide you with some tips on using your dauber. If you have the sponge brayer, you can use this as well, but I'm going to caution you that when you roll that you don't come up underneath here. We've created a stencil for a reason, and I'm working primarily around the outside of my circle. Do you guys see that? And again, do you see how I'm daubering off some color? Because I want to make sure that it's not too strong and that I'm able to control what I'm trying to do. All right, I think you guys get the idea. This one's not going to be exactly like the one you're going to get in the picture, but you're going to get the exact same idea. All right, I'm going to close that up. How many times I have more ink? You have no idea. Next, Calypso Coral. Any of these, you can stop whenever you're happy. You don't have to do this many layers. This is just what I'm doing to teach you some depth. I was reading what Pam wrote. Pumpkin pie is one of my favorite all-time colors. She uses it all the time. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, Dawn soap is wonderful, Andrea. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I use. Okay, Calypso Coral. So now what we're doing is we're creating even more density, but I want you to see where the color is going. It's going around the outside. The great thing about the stencil, especially if you use the washi tape like I have here, is that you're going to be able to reuse it over and over again. Die cut it from cardstock, not cheap paper. All right, we're going to kind of come in here just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, you get the idea. I did use one more color, and you guys are going to look at this and go, oh my gosh, no way. Yep. But I'm going to tell you right now that this is very wet, heavy laden with ink. So I don't think it's going to look exactly like I want it to. I was reading what Debbie wrote, was just thinking Dawn liquid soap would be best. Yes, it works fantastic. So bear with me if this starts not to look kind of like it should, because this is really wet. You can take your heat tool and give it a quick pass to dry it up the moisture from all the ink. But when you add this color down, you're not going to believe what you're going to get. Watch. We're going to work on the outside. All right? You're going to go around here and you're going to make this as dark as you like. I think you guys get the idea. I have to kind of finish this one to take you to the next step, so bear with me. It's not going to look like the others I'm going to show you. Every single time I've made this card, and like I said, I do practice before you guys join me, it never looks the same twice because it just depends on where I lay the color and how the color looks. So you're going to put a lot of purple around the outside. You get the idea. All right, we're going to close that up as well. Going to move those daubers off to the side. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. I'm going to flip that over in case it's wet. And we're going to take this off. So there's my washi tape. Remember, we put it on our skin so we don't have to worry about it ripping our paper. I will save this. This is going to be my stencil. I'm going to stick that back inside of there. Look what we've got. All right. I'm going to pull this off because I want to use this side of my grid paper. I told you it was going to be like you were here with me. I'm not kidding. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to lay that on top of here. Now we're going to stamp black Memento ink. I'm going to show you what stamp set now. We're going to use Let It Ride. I have fallen in love with this. Oh my gosh, I don't even have a horse, never had a horse. Did a little bit of riding with a friend in high school, but I saw these majestic images and I thought, oh my gosh, I really love that because guy cards are the typical hardest card for me to make. And I have had a ball using this. Wait till you guys see the cards I made. All right, so Memento ink, here we go. I'm going to slide that off to the side because look how big that horse is. I'm going to turn this face up and I'm going to hold it this way because this is much bigger than my ink pad. By holding it this way, and this is a great tip for you, you're going to want to make sure that you ink it up carefully. Oh, Pam has to leave. Bummer. Well, Pam, good news. The replay will be here for you to watch at the end when you're all ready to come back. Have a great night, Pam. Thanks for coming. So this way I'm not going to miss an area. When you ink the other way, it's so easy to miss an area. All right, here we go. We're going to bring in this, and then we're going to do this. Again, watch my head. And I'm trying not to get it in the camera, but lots of firm, even pressure. This is a big design, and it's an outline, so you want to make sure that you trace it well. There we go. All right, but we're not done. I'm taking that off on my grid, off the grid onto my scrub. The next thing is going to be this. This is the black Stampin' Write marker. What you're going to do now, hi Heidi, I see you popped in, is we're going to color this in. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I've got one that's already finished for you. You are literally going to cover the entire thing. Do you know what this does? This is going to turn this image into a silhouette. All right, I'm not going to color it. I've got one that's already done for you. Is that sharp or what? Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. So you can see how this one here had more purple around the outside. So the halo around that sunset is darker here. I have one that's even darker yet. But let me go ahead and finish this. The other one I have to share with you actually colored in some of the mane and the tail. And I'm going to let you decide which one you like better. So I'm going to slide that over here. I've got a piece of basic black cardstock. I scored it in half before you came on. I'm glad you joined us, Heidi. You can always watch the replay in order to catch what you missed. Julia says, wow. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. All right, there's my silicone craft sheet again because I can't do anything without that thing. I get so like adhesive happy to mount my pieces that I just get it all over my work surface. And this ensures that I keep my desk sticky free. I absolutely love that. All right, and then this is going to, oh, I forgot to trim it. Okay, we're going to pretend. We're going to pretend that Lisa trimmed this. When I did this one, I did it full size. I forgot to trim it. This is going to go like this. And then do you see what I did here? I took the words from that same stamp set. Liz, live as if someone left the gate open. I love this. And then that got mounted here. After I made this one, I realized that I could still cut this to the size I wanted and then use the washi tape because this was my experiment one. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that one right in my silicone craft sheet because it won't stick. But wait till I show you this one. This one, I was able to take a lot more time. And do you see how it's a lot darker around the outside than this one? So the purple is heavier here, that Highland Heather. This one I colored in the mane and the tail as well. This one I did not. I left them open for the light to come through. Which one of these do you guys like better? You know, I kind of like them both. I'm just not sure which one. This one, I like the wispiness, but I also like the solid color here as well. I'm waiting for you guys to chime in because I know there's that 10-second delay. Andrea said she's going to do this for sure. Isn't this pretty? And you know what? This technique is not hard. It does take a little bit of time. Casilda said she likes it open. Okay, good. I love the feedback. All right, I'm waiting for the rest of you to chime in. Do you like it open? She likes them both. Sherry likes them both. Both are stunning, Tina says. Oh, thank you, guys. Very nice. And the one with the most purple. This one for Alice. Juliet likes the wispy one. Mom says she likes the open one too. Heidi says I have to get this set. Oh my gosh, you haven't even seen the rest of my cards yet. Either way for Andrea and Debbie. Deborah says I like both, but I prefer the light coming through, this one. Terry says great card, she likes them both. Patty says very pretty, she likes the open mane and tail. And Heidi says she likes the lighter one, this one. You know what? This is why I love to make variations because it's going to appeal to a bunch of people. Norma says the solid. Karen says the open. See what I'm saying? You know, one card doesn't appeal to everybody. So I love to show variations. Oh, I'm so glad. All right. So we're going to keep in mind that this is like the for real card right here with that option. All right. And then let me slide over to my little bag here where I've got my other samples for you. This one is going super, uber easy. So if you need to bang out a quick card, here you go. Love this stamp set. Oh my gosh. Scrap Designer Series paper, small edge of black cardstock, Scrap Designer Series paper. I literally mixed and matched these from everything I could find in my stamp studio. Stamped a solid black image, added some just black sequins, simple card. So there we go. We've got this one. This one's a smaller card. I was looking for a Palomino look, so I had to call my girlfriend Kelly, who has horses, and she was the queen of telling me how to make this one. So I die cut the frame and left it open. Create a little bit of linen thread here. I think this is actually burlap. I think I put in your tutorial. And I just knotted it together for a little bit of a lasso look for the Let It Ride. And then last but not least, you know I love to color. Here we go. This is called Go For It. So I colored in the entire circle using the Stampin' Blends. Easy peasy. You do not have to shade if you don't want to. The great thing about the Stampin' Blends is that it leaves flawless coverage. Unlike dye-based markers, you don't have the streak lines. You're going to get absolute flawless coverage. Isn't that pretty? All right, which one's your favorite? Chime in. Tell me which one you like the best. All right, I've got my two different tails here. I'm going to try to sneak all these in here for you guys. There we go. Can you see them? Yep, I think you can. All right, Mom says they're all beautiful. Oh, good. Andrea says great use of the scraps. Terry says really like the two horses. This one, yay. Mary Lou says she likes the stamp set. Isn't it amazing? This stamp set is great. You guys want the good news? It's being carried over into the new catalog. So if you're really working on a wish list right now for the retired catalog, hang tight. This one is being carried over. And I'm trying to read. You guys are going so fast. This is awesome. All right. Cheryl Ann, hi. Cheryl Ann, I texted you and emailed you. I haven't heard back from you. I'm so glad you're here. Go For It is her favorite. That's this one. Deborah says, love the Go For It best, but they're all great at coloring. Aw, I'm great at coloring. Thank you. All of them. The silhouette. Her favorite is the last one for Mary Lou, which was this one. Tina likes them all. Sherry says, these are all wonderful. I've been trying to decide if I needed this set. You do need it. Oh my gosh. If you guys like feminine things like I do, these are the stamp sets that I have the least in my stamping artillery. So when I saw that and I saw how beautifully sketched these were, I knew I had to have it. And I have not been disappointed. Heidi says the one with the trees, but I could make all of them. Tina says colored in one. Mary says, I like Go For It. Andrea says, wowza, all of them. Deborah says, yeah, the two ponies are great. I love how this has appealed to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so encouraging to hear all the different responses. I'm going to turn your camera around. Hold on. I'm back. Oh, I loved reading your answers. That is so fun. So, so fun. And I'm liking that you guys had different selections, that some of you liked one over the other. But I think we kind of all agree that this is kind of the wow with all that color, huh? And of course, the silhouette that I taught you. I really like showing you technique as long as it's not going to be something that's going to take an hour to make one card. I do enjoy those kind of cards, but typically most stampers don't. They're looking for a card they can make multiples of, or that one really special one that probably has a lot of wow factor with little effort. And I really think that's probably what this one does. Great, great stamp set. It's called Let It Ride. All right. You're going to get all 4 cards in the tutorial, step-by-step instructions, multiple pictures for each one, and a complete supply list. So I got you covered there. All right, let's do another prize patrol before we start going on any further. And I have a package of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. This was like a hot commodity, I'm telling you what. So I've got 2 numbers left. Let me pull out one of them. And that number is number 39. Now I know on Facebook it's backwards. That's a Facebook thing. It's not a Lisa thing. Here's that list with all of you guys on it. Number 39 is right here at the bottom. It is Joyce Hicks. Congratulations, Joyce. You are the winner of the Gingham Gala Designer Series paper. Yay! Good for you. I'm going to go ahead and put her number right on there, and I'll get that in the mail to her. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear off the desk. And, okay, Deborah's saying, let it ride the next monthly card kit. No, I'm going to show you the next monthly card kit right now. It's not going to be Let It Ride. I know, I'm sorry. You know what? There's so many great stamp sets, it's hard to choose. So bear with me. I'm going to turn the camera down again, clear this spot, and then I'm going to show you the next card kit. Okay, here we go. All right, do you guys mind if I take a quick sip of water? I'm doing all the yakking and my mouth is dry. Here we go. I refuse to leave an open bottle in my stamp studio because once I had a major mishap and that took out everything I was working on, and it was 3 days worth of work. To this day, I have not lived that experience down, so no more open water bottles or straws anywhere. Next month's card making kit was based on your vote on the VIP page. You may remember this a couple months ago. I said, what do you want? And an overwhelming number of you chose the Happy Tales bundle. So it's going to be the stamp set and the coordinating dog builder punch. You know the card making kit uses an exclusive host code during a 4-day ordering period. It's going to be May 8th through May 11th with a promised mail date of your card kit supplies no later than May 18th. You're going to get Live with Lisa for May. You're also going to get all the pre-cut supplies. That's including the cardstock, the designer series paper. If there's punch pieces that are not part of this, I'll include those. You're going to get a video so you can stamp right along with me, step by step. We're going to do it just like we've done tonight, and a PDF tutorial. So whether you like to watch or read, I've got you covered both ways. All right. Keep in mind, it's a $50 product order. It can be whatever you want, but it's got to be using the card making kit host code. All right, so here is the first 2 cards. Obviously, they're both the same. So you're going to make 2 of 4 different designs. So here's the first one. Isn't this cute? Do you guys see the details here? I'm going to give you a ton of tips throughout the video, just like I do here when I'm live. No different. You'll get the pre-punched and pre-cut pieces to make 2 of these. You're also going to get 2 of these. Here's my doghouse card. Isn't this cute? This stamp set has stolen my heart. Here's one of the reasons I like it. Do you see the different dogs? This stamp set has different spots and images in it so that you can line them up and stamp them. And lining them up is super easy. Why? Because it's photopolymer, and I've got some great tips for you in the video for this month's card making kit. Okay, the next 2. Okay, this is where you got to keep an open mind. Are you ready? I wanted to do a sorry card, but I didn't want it to be sorry like for your pet loss. So I like really went out on a limb. And so here we go. We have what we call at my house, the cone of shame. If you've ever had a dog or a cat that had to have some sort of surgery, they put a collar around it so it doesn't lick or chew the sutures open, right? Well, my poor dog Daisy has gone through that numerous times in her 16 years of life. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a cute, cute way to make a sorry card. It could be sorry for anything. It does not have to be a dog. Lots of tips to do this card along the way. All right, my special guest just walked in. Stay right there for 1 second. Let me show these last 2. Here's the last 2 cards in this month's card making kit before I introduce you to my special guest. Here's the last 2. I'm going to teach you silhouetting images. I'm going to give you some tips for this really fun card for friends. So that's going to be the card making kit for May. Again, the dates are May 8th through May 11th. All right, let me turn the camera around. Okay, she's not in my view. That's kind of good. I'm going to be introduced. Whoop, you're kind of shaking there. The dreaded comb of shame, Kathy said. Yeah, isn't that a fun card? Just something different, right? All right. Most of you do not know this beautiful face, but my mom does. So this is going to be quite a treat for her. I want to introduce you to my daughter, Gina. This is my daughter, Gina. We've nicknamed her Boo. Some of you may have even seen many years ago Paper Pumpkin with Boo. That was a long time ago. A long time ago. So this is the person you guys can thank for my very first video. Had she not encouraged me to make it, I would have never made a video. Look at, oh, my Gina, look at. So Nani chimed in right away, didn't she?
Hi, Nani.
There you go. Hi, Nani. She's actually here tonight because the 3 of us, Bob the Builder, Boo, and I, are leaving first thing in the morning, and we are driving to West Palm Beach, Florida, spend the weekend. Vacay with my sister and her husband. So everybody's saying hi. Everybody's saying hi, Deborah.
Hi, Terry.
So Terry, I think
Hi,
you
Heidi.
have met Gina once before because Terry lives locally. Oh, she is beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
My mom has a joke that
Hi, Andrea.
we drowned our ugly children. My
Hi,
mom always
Julia.
said that. That we're just joking. Keep in mind that's a joke. Oh, there's Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Well, and you can thank Gina. Gina, for those of you that don't know, has a degree in film production. And it was Gina who more than 6 years ago said, Mom, you need to be on YouTube. It's where it's at. Oh, there's Kimmy. Kimmy lives in Hawaii.
Hey, Kimmy.
Hey, Kimmy's just chiming in. She probably can't hear you just yet because there's a 10-second delay, so you might want to chime in. There's Casilda. So you guys can thank Gina, Boo, for all the amazingness that she's had lots of patience of teaching me to film and edit. I am not tech savvy. Her and Bob the Builder make me look really, really good. She worked and redesigned my entire blog. So if you guys enjoyed that change over the last year, she did it. Look, they're saying how pretty you are.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, she's sweet. She's my only one, by the way. Yeah. She always says.
There wasn't enough room for anybody
There
else.
was no. But we wanted to chime in because we knew my mom was here and she doesn't get to see her very often, once a year. So thank you all for the sweet love that you showed her. All right. She's out of here. All right. So talk to you about the card making kit. Before we go, I've got some things I want to share with you. I'm going to clear the table off, and then don't go away. We've got our last prize patrol, and I want to give that away as too. I got a grand prize tonight. Okay, let me turn you down. We all needed a little mini vacay bad, and my sister and my brother-in-law live in a really beautiful community where there's a pool, and we thought, oh man, it's just a fun way to escape. All right, so I want to talk to you about a promotion that is going to be coming up. This is on May 1st. So Deborah says, stopped at perfection. You know what's really funny? That's what Gina says. She says, you know what, Mom? You just do it once, you do it right, and you stop. The truth of the matter is, and I'll tell you that later, but let me talk to you about this. Everything is rosy. This is the promotion for May. They did not let demonstrators pre-order it, so I don't have it to show you. Why? Because they don't want us to sell out. They want to leave it for you. Keep in mind there are almost 50,000 Stampin' Up! Demonstrators worldwide, and if we had all bought this, there would be nothing left for you. I did get to see it at Stampin' Up's convention about a week or so ago. It is stunning. All I have to show you are pictures, but I'm going to tell you right now, be ready on May 1st. It's only going to be available the month of May. It will never be available again. These are limited edition products. In addition to that, it focuses on a rose gold theme with Night of Navy that is swooning, just gorgeous. In addition, I expect it to sell out well before the end of May, as well as they are, which is why they didn't let us pre-buy it. So let's talk a little bit about what's inside of it. $80, it's inclusive. Now don't freak out at the price until I go over with you everything that's here. All right, so I'm moving this in closer, hoping you can see. This is the stamp set. There are dies. Of course you get these. Of course now the dog is scratching at the door. I told you it was going to be like you were here. Stamp set with the dies. 6x6 designer series paper, 48 sheets. You're also going to get the rose gold foil paper, 8 sheets, 6x6. Printed die cut images. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second. The dog. Oh, gosh. See what happens when you make dog cards? The dog insists on scratching at the door. Told you were here. There are die cuts as well. Rose gold adhesive backed mirrored embellishments. Oh my gosh. Think little tiny mirrored foil pieces. Beautiful. A 10-foot roll of Melon Mambo ruched ribbon. A 10-foot roll of Night of Navy and rose gold metallic edge ribbon. And a pot of rose gold shimmer paint. $80 gets you everything. It is a deal. All right. These are only pictures because that's all I've got. So here's just a couple quick samples for you of what is going to be able to be made with this card kit. These samples were made by the Stampin' Up! Artisan Designer. Aren't these gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I can't wait for May 1st. Cannot wait. I know why the dog's in here going crazy. She thought Gina was in here. Aren't these beautiful? There's 10 different samples. I have a combined graphic. For those of you that are scrapbookers, check that out. And of course, for those of you that love 3D projects, look at that cute little bagalope there. So that's the Everything is Rosy Melody. This is what they're calling it. You're going to want to make sure that if you fall in love with this as much as I do, that May 1st you are on it because it is only while supplies last. All right, so that's a little bit about that promotion. I'm going to turn the camera around because talking hands are never too fun, are they? A couple more things I want to go over with you before we go, and I'm going to give away the last prize patrol. There is a special paper pumpkin kit for May. You are not going to want to miss this. It was designed by the co-founder of Stampin' Up. I had to think of the name because I'm so used to calling her the CEO, but she's not anymore. Her daughter is. The co-founder of Stampin' Up, Shelley Gardner. She is still also a chair on the board of Stampin' Up. She has designed the paper pumpkin kit. And if you love vintage, I'm going to tell you what, it is amazing. You are not going to want to miss this for the 20 bucks. You're just not. That includes the shipping. Subscribe before May 10th to get it. It is amazing. Just beautiful, beautiful cards. So that's a little tip about Paper Pumpkin for May. You can subscribe by May 10th. If you go over to lisastampstudio.com, you can find the Paper Pumpkin there under the online classes. And if you click there, it'll take you right to my Paper Pumpkin page so that you can sign up. You're going to want to do a month to month. It does automatically renew, but don't panic. If you don't want beyond May, you can cancel it or you can suspend it at any time. So there's no ongoing commitment if you don't want to keep it. But I'm going to tell you what, these Paper Pumpkin kits are amazing. Every month it's pre-designed. You get a brand new stamp set. You get an ink spot, which is great for traveling and for your stamp positioning tool. And all the pre-cut supplies to make amazing projects. So I would entice you to try for May, by May 10th. One of the things about Paper Pumpkin you need to know too is I provide my customers with alternate project ideas. So I send them tutorials with usually 7 different ideas using the Paper Pumpkin kit from the previous month. It usually comes on the 1st, so you would get it on June 1st for the May kit. And that just allows me time to design and photograph and all that good stuff. Tina is asking, how much was the Rosie bundle? It is $80 for everything. The stamps, the dies, the foils, the papers, the pieces, the shimmer paint, the ribbons, I mean everything. All of this information is already on lisastampstudio.com on my website. And you can click on a blog post, scroll all the way to the bottom. It's all there for you. All right, just want to make sure. All right, 2 more things. Oh, Andrea, thank you for helping me out. I appreciate that. 2 more things. New catalog. Hold on. I told myself I wasn't going to show you the cover, but you know what? We're friends, right? And I told you it was going to be like you were here. And this and like a whole bunch of the products are sitting on my desk because I've been in design and filming mode. Amazing. Totally, totally amazing. It's a little bit thinner than what you may remember in the past because Stampin' Up! Said, we have heard you about mailing these things. It's buco bucks, especially for our Canadian demonstrators. So they have listened to us. You are going to love the new layout of the catalog. It's so much easier to see things, especially the designer papers and the embossing folders and the dies. Lots of great new products. I will tell you that it's different than what you're expecting. Now there's some awesome stuff in here, you guys. Oh my gosh. I am not allowed to show you the inside pages. They'll fire me. I can't afford that. Okay. But I can tell you this. Here's a tidbit for you. On May 20th, you will want to mark your calendar to join me live on my YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing a special edition show and tell of the products in the new catalog. You'll get up close and personal with the accessories, the designer paper, the bundles, and I promise you it's going to be a really, really good, fun time of interaction. So I hope you'll be there. Last but not least, I will be back live on YouTube prior to that on Thursday, May 9th, and I have a great project in store for you, and I hope that you guys will join me. All right, Grand Prize Patrol, here we go. I happen to have an extra one of these laying in my stamp stash that was brand spanking new, and I thought, one of you needs it. This is the Wishing You Well stamp set. Isn't it gorgeous? So, so pretty. All right, I've got 1 number left in the tin. Let me just pull it out. I want to make sure, yep, there it is. And the number is number 12. And let's see on my sheet. Remember, you guys are all on here. Number 12 is Carol Fable. There she is. Congratulations, Carol. You are the winner of the Wishing You Well stamp set. I'm going to go ahead and add a glue dot to that. And I will get that in the mail to her. Actually, I'm going to sit over tonight by the computer and get those ready. Put those in the mailbox before we dash out tomorrow morning for our little weekend vacation. Thank you guys so much. I know if you've been here before with me, I know you probably think this is a broken record, but I'm in business because of your business, and I am so grateful for your shared love of paper crafting supplies through Stampin' Up! You allow me to do what I absolutely love to do, which is to create. And you watch the videos and you order the products, and I hope that I inspire you. And I'm so grateful for every single one of you, regardless of the size of your order or how often you order. It doesn't matter. If it wasn't for you, there would be no me. Thank you. And I'm really hoping you're going to join me for the next Live with Lisa. That private event only requires a $25 product order before shipping and tax, and it will be Thursday, May 30th. Good night, everyone. Thanks for letting me share my daughter with you too. I'll be back with you guys soon. Bye-bye.